we have freaking got console news finally for Delta Force, ladies and gentlemen. I know a lot of you guys have probably heard about this by now. I'm late to the news. I get it. I wasn't on over the weekend. This is 3 days old. This might as well be ancient at this point. But I know I told you guys I'd cover this when it came out. We would look at it. I haven't played too much Delta Force in the past month or so. It's kind of tough because we heard that this was coming out Q1 2025. A lot of people in the community are hyped. Everybody wanted to play it. Everybody wanted to get on board for it. A lot of the console guys that watch my streams,
loving the streams,
and
Stone,
content,
been watching for
like
ages.
Dalton, tier 2 Sergeant 5 months subbing in. Appreciate you. We're stoked for the release, hyped up, getting anticipated, and then it was like, all right, no, it's not coming yet. We don't even have a date for it. And so a lot of the wind was out of the sails off of the game at that point because, well, you know, a lot of people were waiting and then killed the hype. We saw something recently, too, with, like, Arc Raiders. People were anticipating, here's the launch date for Arc Raiders. They put all this secret code into the game. They're announcing this. This is definitely coming. Everybody's talking about it. They're not tampering any expectations for that. And now expectations crazy high. Here's the release date. It's today. Nope, it's not. It's actually after this. So we got August 19th. It's going to be for Delta Force here. But it's not going to be until, I think, September, I think it was, for Arc Raiders. I don't know. I put it on my calendar, but it's a while out. So nonetheless, now we've actually got a concrete date for console. And mind you, it's an even bigger deal because we don't even have controller support for Delta Force right now. So a lot of people, especially in the Warzone community, a lot of you guys that watch me, or even other people that are on Warzone on PC, these guys are controller players. They play with controller, with hacks on Warzone, right? That's what they play. That's how they're known. And so right now, if you want to play Delta, you can't use your hacks on it. You can't use your hacks on it because they have an anti-cheat. So, I mean, you can't use your control. I mean, yeah, no, you can't. They don't even have controller support. So you can't even use a controller on this game, even right now, even if you play on PC. So that's been a big deterrent for it. So that's why this is a pretty big deal. 375K views. I guess we can read some of the comments after, but this was the they did a couple tweets. We'll read it that. We'll read some of the comments, reactions from people from it. You guys tell me what you guys think about it as well. If you're live, if you watch this as a video afterwards. But let's look at the actual trailer they dropped. I haven't looked at any of this yet. I've been saving it to look at it all on stream with y'all. So let's see. Release date trailer coming to console. Breaking. That might have been the campaign. Yeah, that was. And look, I know I gassed this game up a lot. I've played a lot of this game, but they actually have they have updates, they have support, the game runs smooth. They were gonna charge for the campaign initially, but it's a completely free-to-play campaign that is Black Hawk Down, free multiplayer that's basically Battlefield.
If you find the HOA today.
Bro, I still haven't found the Heart of Africa. That's what he's talking about. It's the rarest item in the game. We're going to play it today. Okay, 20 gifted on the line. Ladies and gentlemen, that's freaking huge. So they have a Battlefield mode that has destruction, tanks. They're adding jets. That's coming. They have classes, so it's kind of more 2042-esque, which a lot of people criticize for it. But they still have the classic roles. So it's not like launch Battlefield 2042. It's like 4 months after launch 2042 where they actually made the updates. So there's a medic, there's a sniper support, there's like different actual 4-role classes for it. And Warfare, it's a good mode. I enjoyed playing it. They got some big maps. They got huge like rush-style maps on it. It's solid, dude. And so this is coming full free-to-play. But the big mode, and a lot of people who play COD and Warzone and Battle Royales and such, maybe more so than multiplayer. I don't know exactly the crossover. But a lot of people that play COD or even Battlefield, I know they mostly stick to Warfare. And a lot of people, that's not even enough content for them there. Granted, they've added more content. They added night maps. They've added more maps. Every season, they've been adding maps to it. I don't know how this last season was because I haven't really played it. But the Extraction is what I mainly played. This is essentially like your Escape from Tarkov, and it is good. I think that they have the variety of the actual range of content for it. Part of the problem right now, though, I think, is I tried to hop on before stream today. Maybe it's because it's too early in the morning, whatever. But I tried to go into Night Ops. You can't play that right now. There's not even a map for it. I'm guessing there's just not enough player count. And even Hot Zone, I queued into this. This is a 3v3v3 mode, which is actually super cool. I was always thinking this should be a wagered match type thing. But nonetheless, I couldn't get a game for it. I waited 5 minutes, and I said, I got to start the stream. So I was going to do a little warm-up on it. I couldn't even do it. This is down in 0 dam here. But it's pretty dang solid. And, of course, this is going to be first-person shooter on console as well, which a lot of people are like, oh, well, Arc Raiders, that's going to be the one that took over Marathon. People thought Marathon was going to be good. Then Arc Raiders came out as 10 times better. That's still a third-person shooter. So I think this game still is going to have an audience, especially for how quality the game is, if it runs well on console, which I imagine it would. Look, it's even going to be PS5. This isn't even PS4. So this isn't even going to be like, you know, what COD does where they're like, all right, well, we got to make the game. Because I think COD's still on PS4, isn't it? Still on the old stuff? I'm already playing Delta. Oh, yeah, and that's true, too. True, chat. Yeah, this is also already on mobile, and it's crossplay on mobile, too. So if you're on mobile, you can progress your character, which the progression for multiplayer is also pretty sick. And to be fair, look, I've done sponsored stuff with Delta in the past. This isn't sponsored of what I'm even talking about. This is just the reality of what I play and of what I've seen, right? These are everything that I would have wanted from, like, Warzone when they dropped Warzone Mobile. I tried it. I played a lot of it, actually. That's how I leveled up my weapons in Warzone Mobile, was on mobile, because it was literally 3 times faster. Nobody did it. I talked about it all the time. It was so much faster. It'd take me like 30 minutes to max a gun and maybe an hour. No, probably an hour, because it would take 2 games. I'd probably get 20 levels a game. I'd be at level 40 for a gun for the Black Ops 6 weapons pretty quick. But then they didn't even add the new weapons to it. Nonetheless, you can do that on this game. You can progress stuff. And if you get tokens in this game to progress weapons, you don't even have to play the weapon to level it up. So if you get enough tokens, you can just max out a weapon without ever using it. So it saves the entire grind of like having to go and do so. It was so annoying, some of the leveling in COD and stuff that I absolutely hate. This game does do it. And you extract, it's kind of like DMZ. You extract a weapon, and it'll unlock for multiplayer as well. So you can make some progress. You can do quests for the extraction mode on it. Obviously, like Arena Breakout Infinite, I know that's another big console. It's not on console game. It's another mobile and PC extraction shooter. This game,
teamwork make a dream work.
And this game doesn't have the things in ABI where you go in and you just buy the currency in ABI. You can't buy the currency in this game. You can get a battle pass, and that gives you some items and stuff in it, which is kind of good. But you still have to play and get it, and you're limited every week how much XP you can get in it, which also kind of a gripe for it. But still, you're not able to just go to the store and buy currency and buy the best gear and then go in with it like you can in ABI. You don't have that level of pay to win on this game, which I really like. And there's already a ton of content on it. Leali also, though, this map doesn't really queue. Brackish, super good. They added hard mode to Space City now, so it's got a lot going for it, man. I don't know. So I'm kind of excited, especially to have a good date. And I think this date is at least going to be before Arc Raiders. It's going to be before COD, before Battlefield, before anything else comes out. So it'll have a little bit of time, hopefully, to gain some traction, get some player base. That's probably when I'm going to play it the most, theoretically. I don't know. That's what I've kind of been waiting so that everybody can be on board. Because like right now, if I do a tips video for this game, which I have done, I actually have a couple videos on, it's still kind of limited in who it can reach. Now, it does reach the mobile audience. I don't know how many people have been playing it on mobile. Chat, any of you guys been playing it at all? If you want me to send you all kinds of leak stuff for the new season, let me know. Oh, shoot. Poacher's got the insight as well. Okay. Yeah, we might I might be down to look at some of that if there's some good information on it. But yeah, there is new season info as well. I wanted to see all the controller console stuff first, though. I don't know if there was any other gameplay of it. So we had this trailer. We had, we're thrilled to announce. Here, let's see what some of the comments say first. And then we'll go on to the other one. The wait is worth it. It's finally happening. relatively well liked there. Let's see, top comments here. We finally have made it. About time. Let's actually go. Console only crossplay is a must. This is going to be a tough point. How do they balance aim assist for controller? And realistically, we're kind of going to need the console player base for the PC players as well, because the queue times for some of the maps are pretty dang long. And I don't know what the solution for that's going to be, right? Like on Call of Duty is so aim assist heavy that 99% of the players, even on PC, play on controller because it's so much better. We've seen so many pros switch over from M&K to controller because that's just the better input. Halo ended up kind of going a different direction. They added some aim assist for PC to make it a little better. And actually, to my knowledge, we just had one of the first M&K Halo pros even at LAN popping off. I think he even won. I don't know. I'm not super familiar with it, but that's just what I've heard on some clips. Nonetheless, like that's becoming more of a thing. It's really hard balance that all these games have to have, but the player base is massive on the console, especially in NA, and that helps populate games. That's why Warzone keeps it on. They didn't have it for Blackout. Blackout died so fast on PC. It was unfortunate. Check this out first. If you want to see more league stuff, I'll send it over in Discord. Okay, heck yeah. Tyler Weaver, also welcome to the squad. Appreciate the sub, man. About time. Thank you. COD and Battlefield just officially got some competition. For the multiplayer, potentially. Especially because this is free. I think this kind of fills a different role. Although DMZ is Call of Duty's mode, it's kind of been abandoned. Apparently, that's coming in 2.0. We'll see if there's any truth to that, though. Didn't mean to click on that. Finally, great job. Now PC, mobile versus console. Epic. Only reason I subscribed to their Delta channel to see when the news came. Finally, extraction shooter on console. And this is a much more hardcore version.
Including FBK. Rolling on the floor laughing emoji.
Neo, thank you for the 6 years sub in the page. Yeah, if you guys have been subbed on other platforms or we're on Facebook too, by all means, include how many months or total timeage on the post as well. Enjoy the badge, brother. Appreciate it. But this is a game that you actually have to do some Tetris for. They have a lot of really good stuff where it'll auto, like I'm not pushing anything. It'll auto fit, and if you try and just drag it on, it'll auto move it all around. They've got some really good systems on here that hopefully make it good. But whereas like Arc Raiders is just you put it into a box and any item fits into a box. You just have a certain amount of boxes and then they manage it by weight. This game's a little bit more advanced because it has it has sizes of items and it has weight. So it's kind of this has everything that you would want in a hardcore extraction shooter, but it's way more friendly. And so I do think there is an opportunity that it works on console, personally. Neo, thank you for the 4 mods. Zypho, welcome to the squad as well. Appreciate the sub. So this was the tweet. Let's see what they said on here. Even Modern Warzone posting, finally, not going to lie, I'm a bit worried about crossplay being on by default since there's a very real cheating problem on PC already. And we've seen more of this as well. Cheating not only on PC, even on Warzone, this game that he mainly plays, but on console, actually. There's been a massive wave of cheaters on console now, especially with AI and whatever systems that they're doing of essentially screen capturing and then running inputs into the controller and whatever on top of Cronus and Zen and all the other things that are completely, undetectable on there. It's really just a mass problem across the board. Excited for this. Yeah, okay, it seems overall very positive. Finally, it's awesome. Can't wait to download it on my Xbox Series X. Can't wait, guys. Yeah, so overall, I'd say super positive on console news, which when they first obviously announced that they're delaying this was huge negatives. People were very upset. Right, understandably, because they thought it was going to be coming Q1. It's not coming Q1. I obviously spent a lot of time relaying the news. A lot of people weren't happy with me on that, but it is what it is. Cajun, thank you for the 6 months on the subbage as well.
Keep up the great content,
Appreciate you.
Stone. Can't wait to play some Delta Force again.
So we also had another tweet from them. Delta Force is slated for console release August 19th. Break all walls on console version, platform coverage, PS5, Xbox Series X and S. I'm going to be honest, I don't know what this even means. I have these devices. I don't know what the naming thing is for Xbox anymore. So you guys probably know what that is if you have an Xbox. 1 account, 3 Battlefront. So it is progression shared across all the platforms, crossplay available between console and PC versions. Okay, actually, I didn't even realize this was actually explicitly said by them. So crossplay for Delta Force will be on between console and PC, which I think is going to be huge for the PC players because it's going to drop our queue times massively, especially for some of the maps. Even when early on in the game when I was playing Lane Alley, I couldn't get a game. I've still never seen the boss Reese on that map. I've never fought him. I've never seen him. A General also 6 months in the sub. Appreciate you. X is the better one, but they're still like the PS5 equivalent, right? Because there's the Xbox One, and then there was the Xbox. I don't know. They have so many different letters on these. I don't know what any of it means, bro. I'm lost. I'm lost in the sauce, but I'm assuming it's a PS5 equivalent. So yeah, crossplay between the consoles is definitely going to lead to problems, but I think it's still going to be a huge net positive for the game. The player count, yeah, they're going to have to stay aggressive on the cheaters for sure. The boosters, I don't know why too, but they still have it set so like you can just talk in game chat here right off the world. Like you can't even hide this. And at least the last time I played, there was so much advertising for boosting services and for money because there's no pay to win or there's no way that you can buy currency from the game, which of course is going to introduce RMT, real money transactions. And most games get around this by just adding pay to win to the game. So like World of Warcraft now, you can just pay real money, get gold, buy carries through stuff, and buy items off the auction house, whatever. You can buy everything in that game now. If you're super rich, if you got 20, 50 grand to spend, you can get everything in that game pretty much, right? It's kind of the way a lot of games go, rather than just policing the game because it works in their interest, rather than having, more policing in their game to instantly counter this to block the RMTs that are happening to track down, report the people who, whatever. They just make it so it's part of the game and then they make money off of it. These guys haven't done that, which is something I really like. And they do post a lot about how they are trying to police it. So hopefully they do keep that up and maybe get, I don't know. I don't know what the state of it is right now, though. Free to play has 3 modes, 10 operators, ton of rewards. And the nice thing is console's going to instantly benefit from the delay of this coming out in terms of they're going to have all of the content that's been slowly being released over the last, year almost that the game's been out. So this is some of the newest stuff for the new season that's coming out then. I just wanted to catch up on some of this as well. Was there anything else? It's free. Yeah, this game's free to play. That's just a skin pack. Well, they've done skin packs, but they've also added like night mode. They've added, which again, I can't actually play right now, but they added hard map. I think they have a new map coming, a prison map. They're adding swimming to the game. They have added new multiplayer maps. They've added new operators. So we've seen quite a few new things. Any tips for new players in this? I have a video that's a tips video I'd recommend checking out. I heard it's difficult, but is it Armor Reforger difficult? This is difficult in a different way, I would say. Armor Reforger is just pure pain. This game gives you some UI, so it's kind of more like Tarkov, but it gives you a little bit more to understand what's going on, right? Like it's gonna save you a couple hundred hours at least. It took me probably about 100 hours to get. I think it took me about 30 to 50 hours to be like, all right, now I can start learning Tarkov. And then by hour 100 to 300, I was like, now I'm really making progress and like making a lot of waves on the game. I think this game significantly cuts that down. You're going to have to learn a lot on the game, but I don't know. I don't know how long it would actually take. Because I also come with the advantage of playing a lot of other extraction shooters. So that also did help me kind of skip some of the progress in this game in terms of learning how like money systems, markets, and things work. They haven't said any stats. Yeah, the Chinese version of the game is slightly ahead too. So sometimes they do updates, and that's where the Western market gets it afterwards. And we kind of best quality of life in the game, in the genre, easy to pick up, super hard to master. Exactly, that's a good way of putting it, Poach. Yeah, you can pick this game up way easier. The level of difficulty to pick up Tarkov is insane. I don't know how many of you guys have tried it. You must play that game with an additional monitor. I don't know how you play without it. and a friend. The only reason I played it and even learned it in 30 hours of gameplay was because I had somebody there holding my hand the whole way, and chat too. Bubba, thank you for the $5 top tip on the day as well.
Stone,
Appreciate
what
you.
size shirt you wear? Getting a care
Medium,
package
usually.
together for you.
Yeah, medium's good. All right, anyways, let's look at some of the new content for the new season that's coming now. This is map reveal for Cyclone, it looks like.
The Raven is obviously using us.
I got a lot to catch up on. I haven't played in a while.
Havoc has reactivated this old missile base in their bid to force the world into submission. These weapons threaten the very backbone of humanity.
You can drive and shoot these boats, by the way.
We'll storm the beaches, breach the bunkers, and extract the poison that they planted in this territory. We will turn their missiles against them and drown them in a nightmare of their own creation.
The success
The map
of
looks
Havoc's
sick.
Skynet weapons project relies on this ICBM base. It is the sword that extends our deterrence radius, the catalyst for our dream of building the new world. But the deranged Raven exposed it by releasing its coordinates to TI. Since they want to make it the
And the weather
center of a
effect?
new global storm,
Are we playing Paracel Storm?
shall be so.
And swimming. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think in the current state of the game, because there are some maps where you start by storming the beach on Warfare, but you can't swim on those maps. I don't think you can get out of the water vehicle. I think you just stay in the vehicle the whole time until you get on the land. This looks sick, dude. Yeah. Bro. Dude. Maybe we got to get back in on the new season here. I really haven't used that operator too much. That was one of the newer ones they put in. Bro, I mean, that looks pretty freaking insane. And this looks like this is all the Warfare map, though, right? I don't know if they're going to use the same area for the operations, but clearly there's so many enemies that this is Warfare, not operations. But the swimming looks pretty dang good, dude. This scene, though, doesn't this remind you of the, I think it was Paracel Storm, right? It's like you go inside the mountain. This looks exactly like the Battlefield map, bro. I think it was Battlefield 4, but I think that was an old map they brought back, though, from like 2040, or from, what was it? Not 25, whatever it was. Anyways. Swimming looks good. Looks pretty good. I don't know if you could shoot underwater, though. Am I thinking of the right map? Not the island map. It's the one that's got like the mountain in the middle that you can go into it, and there's like this network of caves and like submarine and stuff in it, and whatever it was. And there was boats on each side of the map, and you would take it. You'd have to go sabotage and blow up the other team's boat or whatever it was. I can't even remember now. It's been so long. I used to stream back on YouTube back in the day. Then it was like 2015, I think it was. No, it wasn't Battlefield 5. I'm thinking of the old ones. Anyways, that looks pretty sick. Now let's look at the new operator, official trailer operator, Tempest. So they're adding another operator to the game. Let's see this.
Don't worry. Havoc will fix you.
We need
to evacuate.
We're halfway through the procedure. Interrupting it now puts the patient at risk.
Then that leaves us with one option.
Oh, wait, I saw a clip of her abilities.
Yom Backstone.
I thought this was a medic. This is an assault.
Assault operator.
Dude.
An athlete and
Yep.
sports
Look at this
enthusiast
combat
was
roll.
treated by Havoc following a near-fatal injury. Havoc fitted her with an assisted
Drill
star,
charge?
restoring and enhancing her athletic
That
abilities.
stuns.
As an operator, she specializes in utilizing her tactical equipment to make surprise attacks in extreme situations, disrupting enemy
Rolls
formations
in. It
and
doesn't affect
evading
her.
hazards. Her athleticism allows her to heat in and out of danger, complementing her disruptive prowess.
But wait for her ult. Look at this. Emergency evasion device. You leave hooks on the ground,
Emergency evasive
push
device,
in,
which creates an anchor point to which player can drag herself
and then you could
back by
rappel
staying
backwards,
far.
dude.
She can also use it to pull herself to safety if she's down while activating. the
Look,
device.
from upstairs. Drill charge EMP's down. Hops down. Gets the pick. Zooms back up.
Not giving up just yet.
And I don't know if that was a self-res or what that was.
Well, smells like something's fun.
This is Luna. That's not her. This is the other operator.
All fine. Bring
She
it
can
on.
self-res?
Evasion device, please. Catch me if you can. Evasion device, please.
Bro, this is insane. She was just hanging there from the thing. Yeah, this looks super OP, dude. Holy jeez, dude. Yeah, I never saw what her character model looked like. I only saw some of those abilities on a clip. But I forgot about that. Dang, bro. Okay. And then this was the mid-season update for the current season, I believe we're in Eclipse. I didn't see this one either. I wanted to see what this was. We're getting older news at this point, but
welcome to the introduction of the
see what they've
official
changed.
Mid-season update for Delta Force. First up, let's check out what goodies this mid-season update is bringing to the table. Get
That's
ready
sick.
for
Yeah,
an
I don't know.
event
I
on May
mean,
16th.
she kind of seems
Into matches
insane.
in either mode to win rewards. When you earn enough event EXP, you can claim the M1014 Forest
Flamethrower.
Hunter,
This was
plus
in
20
Warfare,
armament
not in
voucher draws.
Operations. Those look kind of
All
sick.
right, now let's get into the main content in this update. We're unveiling two new weapons, the K437 assault rifle and the 725 double barrel shotgun.
Oh,
Right
shoot.
when the mid-season update lands. During the event, you can unlock these
Are
two
these pretty
weapons by
good?
completing activity missions. Mark your calendars for May 22nd, because Black Hawk Down mode is getting a solo option. Now you can take on the challenge all by yourself
good.
and set your own record.
This was like impossible to
Think you've
do
done what it
in
takes to
solo
become a
because it was
commander and
built for
lead your
squads.
squad to victory? The new Victory Unite mode is live for the
co-op
first time
campaign,
at a
free to
later
play.
date, with different maps rotating each week. Jump into the event and earn awesome loot, including 10 from May 16th to May 29th.
Yeah, we missed
Warfare.
that anyways.
There will also be a new event for operations.
Okay, it looks like these are
Calling
mostly
card
events
pro
things
player.
then.
Spray Fair is getting a new map called Knife Edge, along with a special
This was
attack
a map
and
they really- I
defense
still haven't
mode
played
on
this one yet
map.
for Warfare.
The fight at the top of Zero Dam is about to reach its breaking point. The Innocent Store is opening its door. A brand new appearance for Sting.
All right, so it's mostly cosmetics and event stuff, which the event stuff actually is really good for the actual game playing it. To give you stuff to do, but I didn't know if there was anything in there that was like actual gameplay shifts or gameplay changes. Maybe there was patch notes that had more details of it. I wasn't sure what to expect from that, but okay, at least we've caught it. So there, the prison raid. Okay, hold on, let me see. Is there a trailer for that too? Prison raid, or is that what
Stinger.
map reveal? Tide prison for. Oh damn, dude, this one's got 800K views. Yeah, good call on this. Yeah, I don't think we saw this one. This is the new operation map that they're adding to the game, right? For the extraction mode for Delta Force. There's gameplay too? Oh shoot, okay. No, I haven't seen this. Lo-Fi, thank you for the sub.
Now is the time for change. Now is the time for change.
Remember we played a game that had like, it was like an extraction game where there was cellmates and lab techs and guards. It's like a wild game. It's like a small game though. Dude, this is like a legit prison break. What the heck? So is this part of the and there's the swimming. Now we're gonna have swimming. Is this part of the extraction mode? There's Luna, so it must be, right? You actually have your operators. Holy verticality. Look how big this map is. Dude. Look at how much AI there is. What? And it's free? Yeah, this game's free. And it's coming to console. Gas nades. That's new. What was that sledgehammer? Stinger's just hiding in the cell. New boss, I take it. Oh my gosh, dude. There's the new operator. That looks insane. What? Bro, what? Is the Delta Joker? Does this not look absolutely insane? So is this going to be a map? For it looks like it, because look, here's an operator box.
87 months. Stone, thanks for
We
being
need to
a
see the
solid
gameplay. We
rock
need to see it.
in
Lo-Fi,
this
thank you for the 2 months.
topsy-turvy world.
Andrew, appreciate the 11 months, my man. Hey, glad to be making some content. 87 months on the subbage. Absolute legend, brother. This is the new map, literally next update. This is the one that's coming next week. Bro, we might have to come on to... We might have to get back on to Delta, boys. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. This looks insane.
Don't let Havoc's lackeys escape.
It's PvPvE, so this is an extraction game. Diamond Queen Hotel. $800K entry fee? Holy shit. Yeah, maybe we shouldn't buy this then, guys. Maybe we shouldn't buy this then, bro. My 20 million Heart of Africa, though. You need to get in the game, bro. We're going to be dying so much on here. We're going to lose all our money, bro. Okay. How do we find some gameplay of this end? Gameplay? Is there a good one? Prison map full gameplay.
Hi guys, welcome back. This time
Is this a good video? Should we watch dashes? Full breakdown, boss fight, extraction guide, loot info. Bro, what is going on? This is insane. 45 minutes of new prison map gameplay.
The closed test
Here's
phase
Addison's
of
video.
the Chinese version of Season 5 is now available to their content creators. So I, of course, made my way into the Chinese streaming services to spectate, if you may. I wanted to see as many parts of the new upcoming prison map as possible, along with a demonstration of the compound bow and the new assault rifle, and of course, of the new operator. So here it is, all edited down to about 45 minutes. Enjoy, and leave a like, please. How the fuck am I supposed to read that? Bro, what? What is...
All right, we're not going to watch all of this, but let's just look at some... What is this, dude? There's lasers? Waiting to see the new Operation map trailer I sent. Check Discord as well. Post it. All right, let me see.
The most complex.
Addison, that was a good video. That was like 45 minutes if you want to watch all of Addison's video. Poach sent me this video though. He said to look at this one. Let's look at this. This is a little shorter. This might be a bit more concise.
Delta Force, Prison Tide, is coming to PC on July 9th with the launch of Season 5. This map is...
That's what we need right there, guys. You see this thing? This is what I need, bro. Oh my gosh. These are all of the this is the bus. There's the globe. I think this is worth like $1 million. There's a dinosaur tooth that you can get that's like 400K. The champagne bottles. Imagine if you just loot all this, bro.
Map is only available on hard difficulty, and your gear value needs to be at least 780,000 to enter.
780K value to enter? Holy shit. This is the adrenaline that I wanted out of the game that you kind of got in the beta because they had really high stakes maps that you could go into on it.
With an additional 80,000 entry fee. In this video, we're going to find out how strong the boss is, how hard it is to escape, and whether the drop rates are actually good. First, let's talk about entering and escaping. Getting into this map is different from others. You start with only a knife inside a prison cell, but escaping is pretty straightforward.
But then, how do you
can retrieve all your gear within 30 seconds to 1 minute after breaking out of the cell.
Oh
Extraction
my
point
gosh,
design
that's
is
how
also
it's done.
relatively easier compared to Space City. The bagless extraction point becomes available 15...
Okay, here's the map. Bagless extract is not the best to take. I saw there was one that I think was underwater too. Maybe that's what it is.
Minutes into the match.
Yeah,
it's located underwater, so it's relatively safe to use. But keep in mind, there's only one seat available. For the regular extraction method, you'll need to activate 2 levers, but it's not like Space City. The first lever is an electric switch.
Okay.
And only after activating that, you can pull the second lever. Once you do...
So in Space City, there's 2 different levers. You have to pull them both, and then that opens up a 5-minute window extract in the middle of the map. Or maybe it's 4 minutes, I forget. But you can do them in either order. So you can have one pre-hit, and you can hit this one. You have to do it in order.
That one of the extraction points will randomly open. As long as no team is camping your way out, escaping is relatively easy. Finally, there's another extraction method outside of the prison, which is a helicopter extraction point. It automatically opens 20 minutes into the match and allows you to extract after 25 minutes. But be careful, this spot is a hot spot for ambushes, and teams spawning outside the prison are more likely to head there. Since it's hard to see underwater from above, it's actually safer to swim to this extraction point.
Dude, so you could also spawn outside rather than in the cell.
Clear visibility, especially if anyone is camping underwater. Solo extraction will be a nightmare on this map. With a good team, you can manage just fine. Next.
There's no parachutes. If he misses that jump, he's cooked. You're going to break some legs. I've broken plenty of legs, brother, let me tell you.
Let's talk about the map design and loot distribution. Even though most of the action happens inside the prison, there are still opportunities for long-range fights. The layout is really complex at first, and with multiple floors, footsteps can be confusing. Sounds echo quite a bit. It's been reported that there will be around 6 to 7 teams per match, so expect plenty of action. This map has the most safes out of any map so far, and some keycards have up to 100 durability, meaning you can use one keycard 25 times.
Yeah, because probably in hard it consumes 5 per use, right?
Since this is hard difficulty, reports suggest there are 24 large safes and over 30 small safes scattered around the map, including in keycard rooms, so loot potential is massive. The boss on this map is also quite interesting. He uses a revolver as his main weapon, making him deadly at close range. But once he's locked onto another target, you can take him down fairly easily. Be careful though, his guards are extremely powerful, and if you get too close to the boss, he
yeah, a
can
lot of the
execute you with a
bosses
brutal execution
are no joke in this game. Did you see that guard has a sledgehammer? Yeah, the bosses are extremely tough.
And there's nothing you
if you know how to handle them, you can handle them, but they're no joke.
But watch yourself die, so keep that in mind. That's everything I wanted to cover in this video. I'll be making separate videos going over all the spawn points, how to break out and retrieve your gear, and a full keycard room guide as well. So,
5 hours of raw gameplay.
Today I got the full footage of the Season 5 playtest of Delta.
See if nobody timestamped anything here. I want to see like what an exfil looks like. Oh my goodness, dude! I want to play this. Fingerprint unlocked. New puzzles, bro. I mean, this looks insane. Okay, well, today's gonna be a little finding out. We're gonna find out, ladies and gentlemen. If you're stoked for it, give it a like though. Let me know what you guys think about the hype, the update, if there is any. Obviously, this is all gonna be out by the time it's out on console. You guys are gonna be able to play all of this, and there's gonna be more stuff coming. These guys got a whole roadmap for it, but this is gonna be out, I think, next week. The new map and everything. So we might have to spend some time on this. We might have to spend some time on this.